Hello. Okay. First things first, I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for my music, but I really don't give a fuck. Uh, Second things second, I have noticed from reviewing some of my records that I often have my gain volume so high that the game sounds amazing, but then it's hard to hear me. So we've adjusted that, and we'll see if this volume setting that we're at here is sufficient. Third things thirst. Thirst? Whoops. Not thirst. Though I do need a drink. This R34, as you might be able to tell, is set up for rally. Now, I've wanted to do a giveaway for quite some time. And this R34 is the first of that said giveaway that I've wanted to be doing. Now, I will be making a handful of these, not just R34 in specific, GTRs. I will be making a handful of rally GTRs over the next week or so, roughly. 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, all of them. Rally tune. I will be distributing them myself to how I see fit. But I want to get some out into the public. So, how I decided to go about this first giveaway was I wanted to get an appraisal of what this would be worth trade or sale value-wise. So, my determination for how I was going to do the giveaway was I was entered into a public server, and I asked public chat who all would be interested in rally GTRs. And one person responded. And my determination of how I was going to go about it was the first person to respond and appraise would be the first person to receive said giveaway, in which I let them have their pick of the litter out of the GTR line. So, our lucky winner for that is Zoe. Zoe gave us some good feedback on the value, saying that he'd pay 15 mil. Zoe, right there above Chucky, in between Chucky and Cosmo. Or 2K gold, roughly. So, it's pretty good trade value for the 3.2 through 3.4. I'd imagine that would mean the 3.5 would be worth 2,500 instead of 2,000. Basically, the understanding I have is the rally tune itself adds 500 gold value in accordance to the information from what I received from Zoe. So the public opinion I got from Zoe was that it ups the value to being worthy to trade for something slightly more valuable than what its base value is. And that makes sense, because nobody else has rally GTRs. It doesn't exist. It's not out there. I'm the only one. So, yeah. And when you're a tuner as well acquainted as I am, things come out really nicely. Mechanically speaking, and visually too. I mean, I don't think I have a bad taste in aesthetic. Not saying I'm might have the best taste in aesthetic, but I don't think I have a bad taste in aesthetic. I personally really like my taste in aesthetic, but that's because it's my taste. So this is the 3-4, in which we'll be going to Zoe. I have to make sure that I'm on for 9 a.m., which it's 2:36 a.m. right now. I'm still trying to figure out whether I'm going to sleep or stay up. I have an alarm set for 9. If I sleep, I'm probably going to sleep through it, though. I'm not going to disclose the tune itself, because then anybody can make them. So if you want the tune, you literally have to find one of the handful of Rally GTRs that I distribute. And note, the tune I'm releasing to the public will not be the same tune that I release to myself, because I will be keeping one of each model for myself, because I simply like GTRs, and I like rally cars, and rally GTRs are cool. At least I think so. I still haven't changed out of my uniform. I was in my state patrol cars. To be more specific, I was in Chucky's state patrol Durango that I made for him, because I was supposed to make Chucky a state patrol car a long time ago, and I didn't get around to that. Well, we'll give you guys a peek at what that looks like. It's the same base ideology styling as my other state patrol cars. You can see it in the corner here. This is the Durango I've done for Chucky. It's ready for pick. I just finished it earlier today. It was an absolute pain in the ass to paint, but it's painted, it's ready to go. So whenever Chucky is able to pick it up, he can pick it up, and it's solid. It absolutely rips. If you're in a rally car and you're trying to run from this Durango, good fucking luck. Like, genuinely, good fucking luck. This thing will hunt you down without any trouble at all. It absolutely fucking rips. And I personally think it looks amazing with the state patrol design. When I tuned it, I almost wanted to keep it myself. It was like, damn, this is really fucking nice. And then I painted it, and it was like, okay, now this is even more nice, and I want to keep it even more, but I have my own builds. I can always build another one for myself if I want to. I just don't feel like it because it's a lot of work. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Yes and no. Like, the whole car is hand-painted. 130 vinyls. The whole car is hand-painted. Look. Nothing is changing. Hot pink. Do you see any pink anywhere? Anyone? No. That's because the whole car is hand-painted. So I matched the body paint to the base color of vinyl. That way, or at least it's supposed to. It doesn't always show up on the map as the proper color, but it's supposed to show up on the map as the proper color that it is. That's why I do that. However, you can also be an asshole and be confusing about it and be like, okay, I'm going to put my body color as hot pink. That way, on the mini-map, nobody's going to expect me to be a full-blown marked police unit, because on the mini-map, I'm just going to appear as a pink car. But in reality, I'm a fully marked police Durango, right? So you can be a bit cheeky with it, especially if you're doing cops and robbers type shit. But I like to be legit with it 95% of the time. That Bentley still hasn't been sent off. It needs to be. I am not a storage locker. I am a tuner. I'm going to have to mention something about that later, but my phone just randomly went dark. We need to change into our race suit. I thought I did that. Didn't I? Or did I change in... I don't know. I fucking can't remember. I'm pretty sure I opened my wardrobe. I just don't know if I changed out of... Clearly I didn't. Because we were still in my police uniform. My state patrol uniform. I don't think I do want to go into multiplayer right now. I think we'll do solo for our little testing here. Just to demonstrate what these kinds of tunes are going to be like, or at least what the R34 tune is going to be like. Now, when I do mine, I will be doing mine in blue, because I really like the R34 in blue. We'll see how this volume setting turns out. I feel like it might be a little quiet, but we'll get our volume properly dialed in as we go on. But then again, internal volume, so game volume, records louder than... It records louder than it actually outputs. That is so bullshit. Oh, I hit a tiny fucking stone. Like... Fuck, I hate the way the fucking developers half-ass this shit. It is what it is. So we're gonna do some rally runs in the 3-4 and give this tune a good testing. What I'm going to do, my 3-3, I was going to badge it and do it up like Chucky's. However, seeing as I'm doing these rally builds, I've actually changed my mind, and my 3-3 I'm going to turn into my rally 3-3 instead of, and I'm not gonna bother with the badging on it because it's a rally car. Who gives a fuck? I'm sure some people, but do I care? No. So, if you guys want to do badging on your cars, that's cool. No problems with it. It looks good. I just don't feel like putting in the extra work because I don't have to. It's tedious. I far more enjoy working on the mechanical side of tuning rather than the paintwork side of tuning. Paintwork isn't even classified tuning, so I very much so am more into the actual tuning work than I am into the paintwork. But when it comes down to doing paintwork, when I want something to look nice, it comes out looking nice. It's just a matter of, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. And doing it right often takes a lot of time and high attention to detail, and it's tedious to do paintwork over and over and over again because I'm not much into the paintwork side of things and I'm more into the tuning side of things. So tuning I can do over and over and over again without breaking a sweat because that's the side that I'm actually into. Oh, we're a bit light on our feet here, which is good, but also a bit scary. It means the driver needs to be more in control. But, I mean, what do you expect from a GTR, right? It's a GTR, you do need to be a decent driver. Just because it's a performance sports car doesn't mean that you don't need to know how to drive. Sorry, I'm slightly tired, but at the same time, like, wide awake. I'm sure y'all have been in that situation where you're, like, tired but wide awake at the same time, and you want to sleep, but you can't sleep, so you just do something else, like record or whatever. Ooh, Slippy. Slippy, nope. Death. This thing's really finicky like that. It's because of how lightweight its chassis is. It was never designed for rally racing, it was designed to be a street performance car. But then again, you could say the same thing about my Dodge Viper, my C6 Corvette, my Bentley Continental GT, my 2000s Ford GT, my 2017 Mustang EcoBoost. Those are all rally cars that were not made to be rally cars. My 850i, you know, I very much enjoy taking things that aren't supposed to be something and making them into that something that they're not supposed to be, because nobody else does it. And the reality is, if you do it right, it can be just as good as something that was supposed to be made into that something. In this case, it's rally cars. This GTR would keep up with an Impreza. And I know this because I own an Impreza, and I've owned every Impreza in this game. All three of them. And right now, I actually currently have our newer Impreza. I moved from our alt account to this account, in which it has the FA20 in it. We still need to do some testing with that, and see if it's sufficient or if we're going to be trading in for an older model to run an EJ. Oh! Barely cleared that. Ooh, I should have let up more. I should have let up way sooner. I love having the extended RPM. I didn't have to shift to fourth there. I was able to take a nice puff off my vape and just leave it in third and keep it forward. So yeah, we will be distributing GTRs. Not all of them are going to be giveaways. Most definitely not. Because at that point, then I'm just doing community service the entire time. So, some of them will be giveaways. You know what? I'll probably do... Naturally, I'm going to do one for Chucky. Which he will also get his pick of the litter out of the GTR line. I by far have the most respect for Chucky out of all people in CPM. By far. That's just Chucky. He's just a respecting person. So, yeah. That's why I do all of Chucky's cars for him whenever he asks, free of charge, you know. Whereas most other people, I will often do a few, and I'll often give advice, but I won't do, like, 5, 10 cars like I do for Chucky. Because 95% of the time, nobody's as chill as Chucky is. So, I have great respect for Chuck. So, he will definitely be getting his pick of the litter. However, aside from Chuck, nobody else is getting their pick of the litter. Except for Zoe, because Zoe gave me the feedback for the giveaway. But that's completely randomized. So, anybody could have wound up with this GTR. Or any other GTR done up as a rally tune, for that matter. However, Zoe was the only one who jumped in to give feedback and reply. So, Zoe is the only one who... to be more specific, Zoe was the first one, but Zoe was also the only one in that server who responded to me. Everybody else seemed to just not care, as though what I was saying was just a hypothetical, like, oh, who would be interested in Rally GTRs? And people probably just read it and were like, you're not going to give away Rally GTRs? And it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to even bother to ask, you're gonna miss out. That's just the way it is. I definitely pulled the handbrake way earlier than that. I pulled the handbrake right as I let off the gas, but there was a very clear delay there because it missed the first 2 taps of the handbrake. But that time it worked perfectly fine. Oh, this probably completes that burnout tire mission, doesn't it? Yay! Do another lap. I don't know how many laps we're going to be doing, but we're going to be rocking this R34 for this session. I'm really enjoying my rally and police builds. It's probably the builds I like doing the most, to be honest. I enjoy the police units, the state patrol cars I do, because nobody else does state patrols like I do. Most people don't even do marked unit police cars anymore, and oftentimes when you do, they're terrible. It's very uncommon to see state patrol cars or marked police or law enforcement vehicles done up nicely, like mine. Because, like, I'll properly do the black and white. I don't just slap a white square on to cover the entire side. I fit the black and white to the doors and shit like it's supposed to be. Like, I actually do it properly. Not many people do them properly. Very, very few. You do see them, but very, very seldom. And nobody does the ones that I do, and nobody does the styling that I do. For instance, I haven't seen a State Patrol Ram 2500. I haven't seen a State Patrol McLaren other than any of my own. Which, I have all 4, by the way. I think I'm... Not even I think. I know for a fact I am the only player to have all 4 McLarens fully marked State Patrol high detail. The only player in all of CPM to have all 4 McLarens, including the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. I have the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, the 720S, the P1 and Senna, all fully marked State Patrol. Well, I say fully marked, but fully marked to my standard, which is just my casual State Patrol design, because I don't run call sign or anything like that. Sorry, I'm jamming out my music a little bit. We'll do the jump on the next lap. Keep it alternated. Damn it. I knew that back was gonna snag that rock. There was nothing I could do about it. The four-wheel drive wouldn't pull it out. Nothing I could do about it. Just a little bit too much momentum. But yeah, we have quite a few interesting builds coming up. A lot of State Patrol cars are coming up, along with rally builds. Rally and State Patrol is what we'll be doing for the next hot minute. We might be doing GT3, maybe, because I'm pretty sure I still need to do a GT3 for Chucky. I just haven't figured that out yet, but at the same time I've kind of figured that out yet, but at the same time I haven't. It's like I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm not fully sure yet, type thing. Damn, that back left just... that left side is just smashed. For anybody who doesn't like my music, I don't give a fuck. For anybody who does like my music, enjoy. It might be quiet, but it's there. And we might get copyrighted, but it's there. There was no reason at all for that oversteer. That was fucked up. Like, completely fucked up. We are active all-wheel drive. What the fuck? It's funny, normally it's a rougher landing when you overshoot your speed like that, and you launch at a faster speed than what would have a smooth landing. But this thing actually lands pretty smoothly. The suspension travel on this is really good. Surprisingly, because, again, this car was not made to do this shit. It was designed to be a performance street car. Then again, my Bentley was designed to be a luxury supercar. What the fuck was that? Okay. Talk about fucking bullshit. Just fucking hit nothing. Like, okay. Literally hit nothing. Like, 90% of my rally cars are lower to the ground than this one. And they don't clip the ground and hit fucking invisible bullshit. But this did. Pretty fucking interesting. Just saying. It does wear down the fronts pretty heavily. just like the S1 does. We reduced too much momentum in straight line. I don't know why I dropped down to first there, I didn't need to. That wasn't bad, but it could have been a lot better. It's interesting. It's like it goes into a light slide and almost like pulls itself out immediately. The way this thing slides is very interesting. I've never seen anything slide quite like it, to be honest. I wouldn't say it slides good or bad. I'd say it's somewhere in between. Ooh! Scary angles. I'm surprised that cactus didn't shatter our windshield. Because that's what cactuses do, didn't you know? Cough, cough, devs. Didn't you know that plants shatter your windshields? Cough, cough, devs. By the way, some of these cactuses are rock fucking solid. They'll break, but they'll stop you like you hit a brick wall. It's really fucked up. We've got, like, super steroid cactuses here. I don't know what the fuck is up with it. And normally, just grazing one of those cacti will shatter your windshield. All of your windows. Full counter steer and it still didn't pull out of that. What the fuck? Like, I know exactly how four-wheel drive works. I grew up with four-wheel drive. I grew up with all drivetrain. I grew up with rear wheel, front wheel, and four wheel. And all-wheel lock, too. I have experience with every platform. Oh yeah, we've got it. And ideally, I do want to do them all legit stock bodies, the GTRs. I like the stock body look when it comes to doing rally tune GTRs. No, I wanted you to go into fourth, but it doesn't matter now. Now go into second, thank you. Jesus. See, it's like in a light angle slide, it wants to pull back out immediately, but in a large angle slide, it just wants to spin all the way around. Did that just shatter our windshield? I think it did. Didn't stop us that time. Tomorrow, I do want to do some more MWT battles, because we do need to get that event done to get that DBCI2 before it goes away. Because it's a really good wheeled unit, and I really like it, and I love the way it looks. And I know that they're pretty quick, too. I like my wheeled units, that's why I have a lot of them. That's why my very first Mark III tank there was the LAV-25. For two reasons. One, it's the fastest thing I have, and two, it's tier 1. Three, there's more than two reasons. 3, it looks nice. It's a nice looking little rig. 4, it can absolutely hail in damage so quickly. If you can get behind someone or get on their sides, if you can get a weak spot where you can penetrate their armor without any hassle, then you basically just shred them to pieces. That wasn't bad. Could have been a bit better on our recovery, but still wasn't bad. Reverse course? Only possible to some extent. Not possible to full extent because, well, this one where we jump down, yeah, you can only jump down. But we can reverse this, run along here, back through, and then come this way, go through, jump that, come around all the way back down through here, and then we'll go down And then instead of going right, we're actually gonna wrap left and then hook right and come back up. I like that. Let's hit that. See if we can remember that route. Because it's my own route and it's basically a reverse of what I already run, it shouldn't be too difficult. Except I'm already missing the first turn because yeah. Wow. Good job, me. We almost missed the first turn. We didn't, but we almost did. What the fuck? Shit's starting to really piss me off. Like, can you blame me? I'm getting stopped by fucking invisible bullshit. And when you drive a manual, it stalls your engine every fucking time, too. And it's even got me out of sync. Like, what the actual fuck? If I was on the dev team, all of these problems would have been sorted out fucking months ago. If not a year ago. But God forbid they listen to anybody other than themselves. Or, sorry, let me rephrase that. God forbid they pay attention to anything other than tiny things that I don't even know how they classify what's worth their time and what isn't. I know for sure that their system for classifying what's worth their time and what isn't is not fucking proper at all. And no, they haven't responded to me yet. They might not even respond at all. That just might be that. Which, if that's the case, it is what it is. We're spinning. Why did you flip my fucking shit upside down? What the fuck? Like, holy fuck. This will be our last lap, because I'm fucking sick of this constant bullshit. We might not even make this jump now. I don't think we will. We'll be lucky if we can. Nope. Like, really? This is becoming so fucking ridiculous. I can't even, I don't have any words for it. It's just so fucking ridiculous. Like, it's complete and utter bullshit. Normally I would have taken that jump, but we were way off angle, so I had no guarantee of being able to even make that jump, so too early. That part's on me. The rest of this is just bullshit. Which has completely fucked up my rhythm. These devs need a fucking hero, because they don't know how to do fuck all. Hate to say it, but it's fucking true. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that they know what they're doing, because clearly the fuck they don't. Cactuses break your windshield. You hit invisible walls if your bumper so much as scrapes the ground, which it probably didn't even, because my Ford GT can run this rally course without having it get stopped like a brick fucking wall. So, explain that one. You can't. There's no explanation there. My GT is lower than this. And in fact, we can go look at it too. When we finish this reverse lap, we'll go look at the GT and we'll park this right the fuck beside it. And you can see just how much lower to the ground that GT is, and that GT has never once, none of my other cars have ever once been stopped, like completely stopped by hitting an invisible fucking brick wall or allegedly the ground. But this does. Like, come on, devs, get your fucking heads on straight. Pull your heads out of your ass and put them on your shoulders. Because it's just sad and pathetic at this point. Like, who the fuck is in charge of those clowns? Because they're not doing their job at all. They're not developing a fucking thing other than problems. Left this time. Wanted you to go into third. I told you to pull the fucking handbrake, you piece of shit. Holy fuck. Like, this is outrageous. Completely fucking outrageous. It's nothing wrong with the tune, it's everything wrong with the way the developers fucking set shit up. They have their heads up their fucking asses. It's pathetic. And honestly, quite concerning. You shouldn't be a game developer if you don't know how the fuck to develop a game. Just saying. Because it's very clear that the only thing they're developing here is problems. Just saying. God damn it. How many fucking times am I gonna press that handbrake and it's just not gonna fucking do anything? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. I give up. I'm never using that handbrake ever fucking again. I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. It's bullshit. If it's not gonna work anyways, what the fuck is the point? Why is it there? Why the fuck do we have a handbrake if it doesn't even fucking work? There's no point. It doesn't work. It's literally a 50-50. Which, no, there isn't anything that has a 50-50 parking brake. That's not how mechanical things work. Mechanical things either work or don't. That's how mechanical things work. Because it's mechanical. That's physics. It's just the way it is. constantly missing gears, constantly not fucking doing what I tell it to, constantly hitting invisible bullshit. It never fucking ends. Just never fucking ends. Bullshit is all I deal with. Surprisingly, the least bullshit we've dealt with this week was our MWT battles that we did. A few days ago, the MWT battles we did, that was the least bullshit we had all this week. I know today's Sunday morning because it's fucking 3:22, but y'all know what I mean. You're gonna save up? Yeah, it's a good idea. It's only a one-day grind. I'm talking to Chucky, by the way. Chucky, those vibrations just now, that's Chuck. Thank you. I figured you would love it because everybody else loves it, and I loved it. I just... How can you not? Look at that Durango. It's just so sexy. Yeah, what has more ground clearance? This or my GT? I don't know, guys. I think the GT might be taller. Oh no. Pretty iffy. Like, it's clear as fucking day. This is literally twice the height. It's got twice the fucking suspension travel. And this is what's hitting invisible? This is what's catching on the ground? Yeah, about 1% every 50 kms. Something like that. Let's actually hop into the GT and take the GT for a few runs. Just because I'm confident that the GT is going to give us far less troubles than that 3.4 is giving us, for some odd fucking reason. That SLR looks good. All of my State Patrol cars look good. I think the 2500 sitting there beside the Durango is solid, though. Not all-wheel drive. And a lot more power. Like, almost twice. No. About 130 horsepower boost, roughly. Ooh, probably a higher torque load. Yes! Higher torque load. About 200 more torque. Extra 200 Newton meter foot-pounds of torque. 2 tire. No, 2 motor. Ooh, that's right. Our power statistics from... This has more power and more torque. Either way, it doesn't matter what way you look at it. And it's rear-wheel drive. It's only natural that it's going to be more slippy. Did we get new tires? I don't know if we did or not. That's satisfying to be able to just pop up over that curb without any problems. Just pop, pop, pop. Really? That little fucking shrub brought our momentum down? Oh, no. We're allegedly high-centered on that curb. right where a dog leg. Nope, we are stuck on that curb. See, it's very clear the R34 has more suspension travel. I imagine that probably means Chuck is on right now, since he was just messaging me on Discord. I feel like our volume is a little low by a notch or two, but we'll get it adjusted in properly as we get more acquainted. When I review this footage, I'll make a guesstimate for where it should be set to next time. I don't want to turn it up right now and just offset the audio that we've had the entire time randomly, but we'll get our audio properly dialed in. We will. I should be able to get a really good guesstimate from that's not the gear I wanted to be in, from reviewing this video after I upload it. I don't need a repair. I do want to start with fresh tires. We'll do normal route. Sorry. We'll do a normal route with the jump, and then we'll do the reverse route we just did. Because that reverse route was actually kind of fun. Except we'll try... Not used to the reverse route. No, that's right. I was supposed to do the normal route first. I'm throwing myself off here. Normal route first. I didn't miss anything. If we were doing the reverse route first, then I would have missed that first turn, but I had a brain confuffle there. Ah! Oh yeah, because that landing breaks our windshield, of course. Of course. Hey devs, do you know what plexiglass is? Because I do. Is there any reason why we wouldn't be able to install plexiglass into our windshields instead of glass? The answer is no. As far as I'm concerned, there's no laws against it. And even if there were, we have fucking formula cars here. Like, we drive formula cars on the street. You see it every day. So, is there any reason why we can't have plexiglass windshields that don't shatter every 2 fucking seconds over the slightest fucking tap? Oh, fuck off. That bounce up bullshit. Real world, your car would not climb up that shit like it did. It would have a collision, and it would be bad. Not even probably, it would be really bad damages. But it wouldn't climb up like that. Like, come on. It's insane how a 22-year-old can understand physics better than however the fuck old these developers are. Feels like they're younger than I am. Feels like they don't drive in real world. That's what it feels like. They probably don't, to be honest. Wouldn't surprise me. I would expect things to be a lot better if they did. And if they do drive in real world, which they most likely do, because most people do drive for public transportation well, not for public transportation, but Most people use their personal vehicles to transport themselves publicly on public roadways. So, it's pretty sad to think about that the developers of this game most likely have real-world driving experience and still fuck shit up really badly. There are some things that aren't that bad, and then some things that are just god fucking awful. And it's like, how, like our windshields. How is this shit shattering over the smallest little shit? And again, you ever heard of fucking plexiglass? Because there's no reason why we can't have that. And that wouldn't be shattering. I didn't want you to go into 6th, I wanted you to go into neutral. How the fuck did you just stall in neutral? That's the first time it's ever happened to me. Chucky's had it happen to him quite a few times. But that's the first time it's ever happened to me. Devs, you want to explain that part? How do you stall in neutral? You literally can't. You have to run out of fuel. Or have some other engine malfunction of some kind. Something has to go wrong. Cars don't just stall in neutral randomly just because you're rolling backwards or whatever the fuck. Like, no, that's not how it works. There's no resisting force on the engine when you're in neutral. You can't explain stalling when there is no resisting force. You dumb fucks. But hey, what does some 22-year-old know, right? Almost 23. Getting there. Coming soon. January. We're coming, slowly, getting there. It's never nose up like that. Just straight nose up into the air. That was odd. Never has it just straight held the nose up in the air like that. The inconsistencies. Nice even landing. It's more slippery than the 3.4 because it's rear-wheel drive. At first I was trying to figure out whether I was going left or right there, and I wasn't sure whether I was on my first or second lap. Ooh! It gets slippery, especially when it bounces. But when you don't have much suspension travel, you're bound to bounce a decent bit. There's only so much you can do about that. And there might be people going, oh, well, why don't you stiffen your suspension? Because stiffening your suspension will only cause it to bounce more. Jackasses. Oh, but it's taller. It doesn't matter. It's stiffer. Which bounces more? A hard bouncy ball or a soft fucking squishy ball? There you go. There's your answer. Simple physics. Very simple physics, actually. Resisting force. Ah. That was an intentional double clutch. Fuck, you piece of shit. You just go and do whatever the fuck you want, don't you? I'm not calling the car a piece of shit, I'm calling the fucking system a piece of shit. It's not the car's fault. The GT didn't do anything wrong. The system did. Told it to drop into first and it dropped into reverse. Like a bitch. I'm not surprised, because it does it all the fucking time. Which is why it's better for us to spend tomorrow taking a bit of a break from CPM. I missed our first turn. So that's what we'll do. Tomorrow we'll be doing RTHD, Lost Light, MWT, that kind of stuff. We likely will end up being online on CPM a little bit here and there, but we won't be recording anything on CPM. If we are going to be recording tomorrow, it's going to be of either RTHD or Lost Light or MWT. That was fucked. Really fucked. Nothing ever fucking, like, oh my god. This is becoming such bullshit at a constant, and it's never ending. Like, fuck, I wish there was something I could sue these guys for, but there's nothing. Not to mention, I don't have the money for a lawyer. Not right now. I should, but fucking other real-world bullshit. If I'm not dealing with in-game bullshit, I'm dealing with real-world bullshit. It never fucking ends. And I missed that one, too. What the fuck was the point in this tiny little trail here, huh? The fuck was the point in that tiny little road? Nothing. Literally nothing. It's just fucking there. You have to do a sharp fucking practically 180 anyways, whether you take it or not. So, why is it there? Though, I will say, we are still getting less bullshit in this than we had in the 3.4. Which makes no sense, because this is a supercar, that's a touring sports car. I'm pretty sure the 3.4 was in the touring category. I'm pretty sure, I could be mistaken. This has literally every reason in the world to be doing worse than the 3.4, yet it's not. How interesting. Go, Dark Knight! Land it. Okay, yep. Good. Good enough. It was... I totally intended to do that kickflip trick. Totally. Yep. 100%. Yep. Totally. Too much speed. didn't let off and start braking soon enough. Now we take the left. Whew. Oh, I don't like that line. And that's exactly why. I knew the bounce wasn't gonna let us correct it in time. Once you get a certain amount of experience under your belt, you just know exactly how things are going to play out. It's kind of like foreseeing the trajectory before it happens. Kind of like Takami's vision thing, but not quite. It's not exactly a visualization, but at the same time it is. It's more of an internal calculation. Come on, stay on the trail. I tried to flat foot shift into 6th, but it didn't want to go in. Too much speed to make the right. So we're making the left and going the long way. I should always give a little bit of gas before letting my clutch out fully like that when I'm moving. Just because it's a little bit hard on the clutch, but the game doesn't recognize that. You don't take any actual clutch damage or anything. Alright. Let's go get this bitch washed. Let's take the fun way. We're on our way to the car wash anyways. 3 attempts just to get into 2nd gear. Gotta love it. Who wouldn't love having to fucking tell a car to do something 3 times before it does it once, right? That's just fantastic, isn't it? Everybody would want to have to tell a car to do something 3 times before it does it once, wouldn't they? Because that's just super convenient. single cacti breaking our windows. Even those tiny ones, like the one we just clipped, will break your windows. Not every time, just sometimes. Most of the time. Okay. Whatever. Almost perfect. Okay, sure. Because that would shoot you up 5,000 feet. I know we didn't shoot up 5,000 feet, but you get the point I'm making. We have the suspension travel to drive over that. Oh, fuck off. But yet, we lightly clip our back tire on the curb over there, and that somehow just puts our ass up in the air fucking 10 feet? Like, what the fuck? It's just so fucked. Never-ending bullshit. Okay. Again, lightly tapping the slightest of things fucking shatters your windshield. Even though the only thing that made contact was our front bumper. Because that's how Windows work, right? And no, I'm not talking about the fucking ancient computer. Oh. Oh yeah, our 350Z got a rework. Okay, do you want to fucking go into neutral, you piece of shit? Fuck. Oh, I parked it that good that I just didn't even notice the reset. It literally just killed engine. It didn't change our camera back, nothing. It just... We just were that on point with our park job. I do want to show the rework of my 350, so we'll do a lap in it before we wrap up. Not gonna do rally lap in it. Just gonna do tow run. Desert Canyon tow run. Didn't want you to go into that gear. We'll do one this way and then one the other way. Yeah, we'll run down this way and then we'll flip around and run back. Oh, and we're not high powered either. I just have a really good setup. I'm just a good tuner. I just understand the physics of how shit works. And I apply them. That's all it is, understanding and application of physics. No point shifting to fifth. Slipping. It almost slipped out and put us in a spin to the left, which would have just sent us straight into the wall. Nature of an FR. Okay, let's just not shift into any gear at all, because why would we want to do that? Like, fuck. Even when I'm just running a canyon tow run, it's still being a bitch. Like, this system is completely fucking garbage. And the devs are just like, oh yeah, this seems perfect. So this seems like a great system that we're gonna leave, and we're not gonna change this system. It feels perfect. What the fuck? Since fucking when? Whatever. No point questioning bullshit that doesn't align with physics, because it's not gonna explain itself, because it doesn't align with physics. Looks like I'm gonna have to soften the brakes on this, because it somehow locks up when it shouldn't. Surprisingly on a straight line too, and not mid-corner. You can see the front, like, lightly locks, but that was completely fucked, where it just locked and spun completely. Okay. And then again, the phone bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I don't need to brake for that spot. Not in this. Full brakes there, and it didn't lock. Zero logic whatsoever. Doesn't follow physics at all. The CPM devs are just like, oh yeah, this seems all fucking acceptable and perfect. This is something we could let people play on, and this seems acceptable to have for a driving-based game, yeah. Like, are you a fucking 12-year-old? Sorry, no, let me correct that. Are you a fucking 2-year-old? Because even a 12-year-old would do better than that. Just saying. I'm not even lying either. I've met 12-year-olds who 100% know how to do better shit than this. We've definitely gone on longer than I originally planned for. Not drastically long, but a bit. I didn't originally plan to do runs in the Z or the GT, but it didn't take up too much of our time. I think we'll still be in around the hour marker. I was a bit rough on our clutch there. Oh, and the rain's back. It's been storming all night over here. We've had lightning that's been shaking our house. I know I at least have a little bit of dirt on it, so we are going to fix that, but first we need to get more dirt on it just for the system to recognize that there's dirt on it. Are you fucking daft? Don't answer that, I already know the answer is yes. You devs don't know how to do fuck all. You don't know how to program a fucking curb. A fucking curb. Because a curb would flip your car over if you so much as nicked it with your front bumper. Because that totally wouldn't just scrape or bend your front bumper or break a bit of your front bumper off. Totally not. Yes, I hit it again intentionally. I was curious if it was going to flip us again. Which I'm surprised it didn't, to be honest. If I can get more on even surface here, we could hold better. There it is. God damn, that rain is probably louder than I am. No right turn, I just made a right turn. Huh. Yeah, because hitting that would flip us. All curbs are equal height. At least all of the ones here. Yeah. In fact, we'll even go back to that curb over there just to show with the exact one that we hit that there was no fucking reason for it to be flipping us. "21 guns." Exact same as the others. Even popped up without problem. And I didn't even use throttle, that was clutch only. And pops back down, clutch only. The car didn't even have to work. It doesn't even touch. You're fucking shitting. I can't get any lower than this? That's sad. Okay, so, Jesus, why does... That's another thing. The drone moves so fucking hyper quick in this, it's absurd. So we have, what, about half an inch of our front bumper touching? About half an inch. Half an inch, guys. That's what sent us flying into the air. Half a fucking inch. Because that's legit. Like, what fucking crack were you guys on when you guys had to be on something heavier than crack? Because you fucked it up the ass. So bad. It's astonishing. How do you fuck up a curb that badly? that it fucking flips you just for scraping half an inch of your front bumper. How do you fuck that up that badly? There's no excuse. There isn't an excuse. There isn't. There is only one excuse, and it's the exact same excuse I told you guys about last time. 2 fucking words. I'm lazy. That's their one and only excuse they can use. And even then, someone who's lazy and sloppy would still do a better job. I like our pastel-y purple color. Bless me, goddamn. Okay, back to the garage. We'll let 21 Guns play out. Jesus, fuck, I shouldn't have to click 5,000 times just for it to switch me into a different vehicle. Oh yeah, and let me... So here's this, right? Okay, well, I'm building something to combat that. I actually have 2 things to combat that in Rally. 3 things, actually, because this is one. This is going to be done up for police. This is going to be done up for police, and no, we are not removing the carbon fiber hood. And then we have the older Escalade on our alt account that will also be getting done up for police. Just wanted to stop that. This one. We have this one in which we will also be getting done up for police. We have an LSA in this on our other account with 10 speed. Same 10 speed that's in this, actually. This has the 10 speed that it came with. Just barely under 90%, which means it can get a wash. Top off the fuel. Do an oil change. Okay, so that should be at 2.2. So for those who don't know, tire pressure, it's always best to keep equal, front and rear. You're only able to go down 0.2 without it giving you the exclamation mark. For instance, if we go to 2.1, we get the orange triangle because it says our tire pressure is too low. Because for some reason, if you go more than... If you reduce tire pressure by more than 0.2 from factory, it gives you that pop-up that your tire pressure is too low, which is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. I should be able to run whatever tire pressure I want. You ever consider off-road builds? Like genuine off-road builds will reduce tire pressure so much. So much, because it gives extra traction. But, yeah. We have our S2K This is the only GT3 we actually still have on this account. Fucking... I was trying to click on it to get us to go over to it, but God forbid that system works ever, so... This did get a retune not long ago. I'll have to take it to the track and do a track day with it one of these days to show off its new retune. It's got a good amount more power. And I extended it to 11,000 RPMs. It's the B16B, for anybody who's wondering what engine I have in here. B16B. Yes, this is the B16B variant and not the B16A. How do you know? Because I know. For one, we don't even have the EG6, which would run the B16A. For two, the VTEC system in this is much more accurate to the B16B than it is to the B16A. So, but that's where we're going to be wrapping up for now. Hope y'all enjoyed our bit of rally stuff here. And hopefully next time we won't have as much bullshit as we did this time. But it is what it is. So, you know, we deal with it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.